1, 2, 3. Harold and Brad. Windy City Filmmakers. Harold and Brad. Windy City Filmmakers. Harold and Brad. Da, 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 da. One, two, three. What's going on, y'all? Brad Stevens here for another edition of Harold and Brad, Windy City Filmmakers Podcast. HD, what's going on, brother?
What's up, baby? We're back.
We're back. We have a very special guest in the house, the super talented actor, RJW May's in the house.
Thank you for having me.
Glad to have you here. So the first question we always ask people is a two-parter, and it's, what's your connection to Chicago, and what kind of art do you create?
I'm a Chicagoan through and through, born and raised from Agile Gardens, Block 17. What's up, AG 17? So Chicago is home, and I'm an actor. That's my connection. That's the kind of art I create. I'm a performer.
This episode of Harold and Brad is brought to you by Acting Reels. Your actor need an acting reel, but don't want to break the bank? But check out Acting Reels at Land of Misery Films. Close to 20 years of editing reels at reasonable prices. Just go to www.landofmiseryfilms.com and click on Acting Reels. Ask about our student discounts. Now back to the show.
I want your love and I want your body.
So you did like a lot of theater and film. We just did Prodigal Daughter together. That was a fun production.
Yes.
Right. From your perspective, what's some of the differences between acting in film and acting in theater?
Woo, big differences. Acting in theater will take half your life away. Between rehearsals, previews, performances, and other things. It's theater acting takes more time and probably more concentration. In film and television, you get do-overs. You can do it over until you get it right. You can change anything on the fly. And it's less prep time. It's less rehearsals. It's less locking and loading into the character like it is in acting. I mean, like it is for theater.
Regina,
Yes.
I've always wanted to ask you this all these years. When and how did you get started in acting?
Oh, that's very interesting. So I wasn't a theater kid. I pretty much, I used to take oral interpretation classes. And so I would just do like during Black History Month, do little performances or whatever. And it never left me. I always wanted to do it. And so I was working at the Chicago Board Options Exchange. And after 9/11, my department they were downsizing. So my department downsized. A lot of the people worked in New York, in a New York office. And so I was the one person that lost my job due to that. And I was given an opportunity to go back to school. And when I did, my daughter, who is now 22, was 13 months old. Yeah, and I went back to Columbia College, and I realized that this was a gift that I had, and signed with an agent right out of school, and the rest is history.
I was at the Midwest Film Festival like last year. I forgot what film it was. And you had a small part. You weren't actually in. You had a small part, and it was like the silhouette.
Cottage Grove.
Cottage Grove, yeah. You had a speaking role. And then somebody said, oh, that's RJ, right? Because they recognize my voice.
My voice, yeah.
And like you talked about this before, you have a very great speaking voice. Have you done any voiceover? Are you interested in doing voiceover work?
So that is my end goal. That is my end goal. I've always wanted to be a cartoon, but I can do anything. You know, I am trying to break into the voiceover industry. I haven't booked anything yet. The auditions are coming in. I haven't booked anything yet, but that is my end goal. I want to be a voiceover artist.
Talk about your television experiences. Any television shows?
Yeah, I've had small roles on some television shows. PD, The Chi. I did three seasons of Southside. Various characters. I did 61st Street. Okay. Oh, I did Power Force.
Book 4.
Yeah. And I did Diara from Detroit, which is on BET Plus. I think they were nominated. Such a fun show.
Yeah. That's great. I mean, you've been making yourself available and getting cast in these things. Not only are you auditioning, but they say, "Yeah, we want you." That's pretty powerful.
Yeah, you know what? It is. You know, especially after the actors' strike, things are a little different, a little slower, a little less. And with last year, I was able to book another episode on PD and a Pizza Hut commercial. And I was like, wow, you know, I was just in awe because we have great actors here, you know? Yeah, just the fact that I'm being considered, you know, it's a blessing.
I love seeing, like, sometimes I see on Facebook you doing setting up for your self-tapes.
Yeah.
I gotta admit, even now, I'm not crazy about self-tapes. It is what it is, right?
Yeah.
But what's the secret to doing a great self-tape?
I have not discovered that secret yet. So, if I have to do it by myself, I just try to make sure that I'm lit, where you can see my facial expressions and that I'm kind of centered. You know, I was very technologically challenged by having to do self-tapes. You know, I had to learn how to edit them and then, you know, download them, send them in. And so the last couple years it's been me telling myself I'm an actor. I'm not a technical person. And I'm going to do my best, and they are going to consider that I am an actor and not a technical person. And so I don't, as long as I'm lit and you can hear me, I watch it back and I send it in. I don't give it a lot of thought. I give them what what they've asked for.
You know, I remember a couple years ago, I was just working nonstop. Did a play, the episode of Chicago PD, like boom, boom, boom. Then the next year, like I couldn't get arrested. I literally fell off the cliff. So how do you deal with that ebb and flow? Sometimes it comes with the industry working and nothing, rejection. How do you deal with it?
Well, I picked up, I think the thing that affects me the most is not being able to be creative. So I make cupcakes, and that's just a creative outlet for me. I'm still creating, and I do like some arts and crafts. That's literally how I deal with it, because I realize I have to create stuff. I have to continue that.
People may not know, but you are a beast, like in terms of cooking and baking.
I like to try different things. I like to see how things come together. Now, cooking is so different from baking. Baking is like science. You know, if you're off half a teaspoon of something or half a cup of something, it is gonna be, it's just not gonna work because it's like science. Cooking is more experimental for me. I like to try different herbs and seasonings. And I also challenge myself, if I go out and I taste something and I like it, I am going to make it. Or attempt to. I'm going to make it. And, you know, I can cook anything that I like, that Chinese food. I can cook anything that I like. Korean fried chicken. I can make that. Whatever I like. If I go out and I like it, I come home and I, you know, try to replicate it. And sometimes mine is better than it was at the restaurant.
Switching topics, one thing, RJ, you, myself, and Brad have in common is SP work at the university.
Yes.
SP, standardized patient. An individual who is specially trained to act as a patient for the purpose of teaching, practicing, and assessing medical examination skills for medical students.
Yeah, you know, I've been doing it for 20 years at different universities. And it seems like for me, quietly, that has helped me as an actor. You know, the performance and the staying in character. Has it affected you or you, Brad, that way?
Who was I telling this to? I was just talking about this within the last couple of days. And we are all ready to play either doctor or any kind of patient on television. We're already prepped for that. When I started doing the neural cases at the Stimulation Center at U of Chicago, blew my mind. So you have to be a stroke patient. And so you have to remember when they ask you to do this, your hand have to turn this way, or you do the half smile so it looks like, and I'm like, I'm ready. That training right there, you know, so I'm ready. And then, you know, we have to role play when we're training. So we even get the experience of asking these questions. We have to know, depending on what we do, we have to know how to communicate, how to ask questions. But the biggest thing that SP work has done for me, just across the board, is communicating with people. I love that it's, you did this and I felt this way.
Mm-hmm.
Taught me that people are not responsible for your feelings. Their actions are their actions. How we take it is how we take it, but they didn't do it to us. And so that's one of the biggest things. And that's how I talk to people now. You know, well, when you said I was short, I was offended because I already know I'm short.
Ooh la la. Yeah.